Imagine you've stepped into a place that feels almost unreal in its calm. A very quiet, bright room. Maybe it's the display space of an expensive antique shop, maybe a private collection, or simply a room where the most valuable things are kept. There is no dust here. The air is clean, still, filled with silence and a soft sense of expectation, as if something is about to be revealed. On a shelf of dark wood, draped in velvet, stand 4 cups. All 4 are made of the finest porcelain, and yet they are completely different. Each cup is not just an object. Each one is a character, a philosophy of living, a way your soul relates to beauty, to tradition, to perfection, and to your own flaws. And now you will make a choice. This choice may feel even harder than the last one, because you won't be choosing between good and bad. You'll be choosing between 4 shades of something beautiful. So don't overthink. Don't try to be right, or instead, listen for your very first, most delicate inner impulse, the one that arrives before logic speaks. Take a slow breath and look closely. Cup 1. The perfect white cup. The first cup is perfectly white, a classic, flawless shape. Its porcelain is a soft, milky white with not a single pattern. No flowers, no scenes, no ornament. Only one detail, a thin line, like a thread, but bright. A gold rim running along the very edge. Cup 2. The antique painted cup. The second cup is antique, with intricate painting. Maybe it's a pastoral scene, or a complex floral ornament, rich with detail. There is a lot of gold here. Gold woven into the design, living inside the pattern, as if the decoration itself is a story. Cup 3. The cup with the gold seam. The third cup, at first glance, looks the simplest. Smooth, a muted gray-blue color. But then you notice it, a thin crack running through it. And the crack is not hidden. It's not covered up. Instead, it has been lovingly filled with shimmering gold, turning the fracture into something precious. Cup 4, the avant-garde cup. And the fourth cup is avant-garde. It is porcelain too, but the shape is strange. It's asymmetrical. Maybe the handle bends in an unusual way, or the silhouette breaks every rule you expect a cup to follow. It feels less like a piece of tableware and more like an art object. Now here is the only thing you must do. Choose the cup that pulls you in, not the one you think you should pick. Not the one that seems correct, but the one you want to reach for and hold in your hands. Let your eyes rest on the 4 cups again, and notice which one your attention returns to. Which cup did you choose? Keep your choice in your mind, gently. Don't defend it. Don't explain it. Just let it be what it is. Because the cup you reached for isn't random. It's a reflection of how your inner world recognizes beauty and how you protect yourself from pain if you chose. Cup 1, the perfect white cup. You are an aesthetic perfectionist. Your deepest value is clarity, clean lines, clean intentions, clean energy. You believe true elegance lives inside simplicity. For you, beauty is not more. Beauty is less. A blank page, a perfect form, one precise gold accent that says, "I know exactly who I am." You carry high standards, especially for yourself. In your work, your home, your routines, even your thoughts, you naturally move toward refinement. You dislike chaos. You dislike falseness. You dislike anything that feels sloppy, careless, or emotionally noisy. Your strength. You see the essence. You can build order where others feel overwhelmed. You can create harmony, real harmony, not the kind that pretends, but the kind that holds. That thin gold rim is like your inner code, a quiet moral elegance you rarely speak about, but you almost never break. Your vulnerability, imperfection is hard to tolerate, yours or anyone else's. Mistakes can feel heavier to you than they should. Mess, uncertainty, emotional disorder. It can make you tense inside. Sometimes you struggle to relax and simply be, because part of you is always scanning, what can I fix? What can I improve? What could go wrong? Your choice suggests you value structure and dignity above everything. The question is, have you found your perfect shape in life, or are you still trying to become it? If you chose Cup 2, the antique painted cup, you are a romantic guardian. Your deepest value is meaning, history, emotion, memory, connection. Simplicity doesn't attract you the way fullness does. This cup is covered in pattern, detail, ornament. And to you, every swirl and petal matters. You have a rich inner world and a living imagination. You don't just remember things, you keep them. You carry stories the way other people carry keys. You're drawn to nostalgia, to deep emotional ties, to rituals that make life feel sacred. Family gatherings, old photographs, familiar songs, traditions that warm the heart. Your strength, empathy. You feel deeply, and you recognize emotional truth. You see connections where others only see objects. You love with loyalty, with devotion, with heart. Your vulnerability. You can get stuck in the past. You may romanticize people or moments, and then reality feels colder than it should. Details can pull you under. Emotions can become so loud that you forget to protect yourself. Your choice suggests you are someone with a complex, tender heart, searching for beauty and meaning in every day you live. If you chose Cup 3, the cup with the gold seam, you are a wise philosopher. Your deepest value is resilience and acceptance. You chose the most difficult and the most profound symbol. Because you understand what pain is, you know what cracks feel like, you know what breaking feels like. But unlike many people, you learned not to hide it. This cup reflects the Japanese art of kintsugi, the idea that something repaired becomes more valuable, not less. Not because it returned to what it was, but because it survived becoming something new. You don't fear your scars. In some way, you respect them. You turned pain into gold. Your strength, an unshakable stability. It's hard to destroy you because you've already been broken and rebuilt yourself with your own hands. Your wisdom isn't theoretical. It isn't borrowed from books. It comes from experience. And that gives you a deep compassion, quiet, mature, real. Your vulnerability. You've seen too much. Sometimes it's hard to enjoy simple, naive things. You may feel older inside than people around you, more private, more alone. Your choice suggests you are standing at a place of deep self-acceptance, and you have learned to see beauty inside life's imperfection. If you chose Cup 4, the avant-garde cup, you are an individualist creator. Your deepest value is freedom and novelty. You don't follow rules just because they exist. You question them. You test them. Sometimes you break them, just to see what's real underneath. Tradition doesn't pull you the way it pulls the romantic. Perfect simplicity doesn't satisfy you the way it satisfies the perfectionist. You crave challenge. This cup feels like an art object. Interesting, provocative, maybe even inconvenient. And that is exactly what you are drawn to. Not comfort, but truth. You value intelligence, originality, creativity, and the courage to be yourself. You face forward, into the future, rather than backward into the past. Your strength, vision. You generate ideas. You carve new paths. You're not afraid to be strange or misunderstood. Your vulnerability. You often are misunderstood. Your uniqueness can become isolating. Sometimes you may secretly long for simple warmth and acceptance, the kind that other types seem to receive more easily. Your choice suggests you do not fear being different. You value art, thought, and personal freedom above comfort and tradition. Now take a breath and look at what just happened. You didn't simply choose a cup. You chose a relationship with beauty, a way of holding yourself together in this world. Perfectionist, romantic, philosopher, creator. 4 cups. 4 ways to be refined. 4 quiet languages your soul might speak when no one is watching. The choice of the perfect white cup requires discipline, a devotion to clarity, a willingness to cut away the unnecessary again and again, until only the true remains. The choice of the painted antique cup requires heart, a willingness to feel, to remember, to let meaning grow in the details, and to believe that life is not just lived, it's cherished. The choice of the cup with the gold seam requires courage, because it says, "I have been cracked, and I am not ashamed." It says, "I will not hide what I survived." It says, "My healing is part of my beauty." And the choice of the avant-garde cup requires the bravery to be different, to risk being misunderstood, to let your life become an experiment of truth, instead of a performance of what is acceptable. And here is what matters most. None of these choices is better than the others. They are not rankings. They are not labels meant to trap you. They are simply different paths, different styles of strength, different ways the soul learns to protect what is precious. So ask yourself gently, what did your choice reveal about you? What part of yourself did you recognize today, maybe more clearly than before? And if you're willing, share it with us. Write in the comments which cup you chose. Cup 1, Cup 2, Cup 3, or Cup 4. Because it's always fascinating to see how differently we're all built on the inside, and yet how deeply we all want the same thing, to understand ourselves and to be understood. Thank you for being here, and thank you for exploring yourself with us.